Okay, wait a second. I don't like that. Here, let me do this. I don't like that. Here, let me do this. Yeah, let me do this. Smooth. There we go. I prefer that. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. Motherfucker be fucking with me. Alright. Here we go, guys. Relax you good 11. Good to see you in the chat, man. Side ejects, good to see you in the chat, man. Boy, I say we outside. Yeah. Alright, guys. Two things before we get started here. One, September 29th to October 6th is going to be welcome week for the next semester of the Guild. Alright? For those of you who for some reason don't know, the Guild is a 3-month-long continuous cohort class. Alright, we're focusing on practical magic, i.e. making this a part of your everyday life, making magic a lifestyle. Alright, there are a few fundamentals about this concept that you need to understand in order to make this part of your everyday life. It's very simple. Alright, we go over the specifically the 3 A's, and we make an effort to cultivate the 3 C's. Alright, boom, there it is. The guild is the doors are only open for 1 week at a time. Okay, 1 week before the semester starts, the doors are open. All right, I don't take people in all the time throughout the year. All the details are in the description. It's very convenient. You're always open to ask questions about things, but we'll get into that. The second thing I want to talk about, which is going to be the subject of the video today. Just curious, how many people, coming out of Christianity, you had all these different questions about what this is, what that is, and nobody really wanted to answer the questions. Nobody could answer the questions. And as a matter of fact, when you looked at them, they would pick and choose what they wanted out of the Bible. They go through the Bible. They wouldn't look at the whole thing. They wouldn't put the whole thing in context. They wouldn't do any research. And they pick and choose what they disliked or liked. Right? You remember that? How infuriating it is. You want them to look at the whole thing in context. You want them to do some of the research. But they won't. They'll take what feels good to them and just stick with that, right? And I'm sure if you were somebody who was doing that, You would be altered, changed by new information because they just couldn't take in new information. They were so set on believing what they wanted to believe. But you're different, right? That's why you're here. That's why you're out here looking at spirituality, because you're different than that. You do the research. Let's start the show. Today, we're talking about the subconscious mind. Let's start the show. Look at you doing that research, boy. You working on it, ain't you? Nope. There we go. You can't skip this part, guys. I'm so serious. I try to help. Let's go. All right. I'll be completely honest. I'm never as hype about this show as I was about my other show because I have to go out of my way to be kind. Not necessarily simply kind, but I have to take into account how people know or want to know. How impressed with themselves they already are with basic understanding. Dawson, good to see you in the chat. What's going on? Sano, up early. Glad I seen this. Welcome to the show, guys. Welcome to the show. Today we are talking about the subconscious mind. Okay. Once again, for those who don't know for some reason, because clicking a link is too inconvenient. Imagine if everything you wanted to know was on the other side of a link. I remember when I used to do job applications, right? I hated it. It felt tedious, but what I would tell myself is, look, there's a single piece of paper between what I want and where I'm at. So yeah, I hate the paper. I hate having to do it. I hate it. Okay, congratulations. Look at you. There's something you hate. It's a single piece of paper. Okay? There's usually very little between you and what you're looking for. But your focus on how you feel, what you think, what you want to believe will fuck you up, but alright, so we're going to get into this today. The subject is the subconscious mind, right? There are a lot of people who claim to have a fair understanding of spirituality and the occult, fair enough to teach, right? Who will talk about the subconscious mind? Okay, look, I was one of them. There you go. Look at that. You want to feel close? I was one of them. I used to think that. I used to talk about it. But then I did a little research. See, I already thought I was doing the research. Then I did a little research. Side ejects. Yep, I remember being in church and they read like one verse and skipped the whole chapter. And we preach off of that verse for months. Yep. Yeah. And you look back and you're like, damn, I'm not like these people. I'm different. There's just something about me. I'm different. I'm going to get beyond what everybody doesn't want me to know. Okay. No, that's cool. We're going to get into it today. And this one, and I consistently say this and I won't lie, this one is not going to be long. It does not take long to do these things. But we'll see. You know me. We're going to talk about the subconscious mind today. Okay, because I can't go around to every teacher that's out here and ask questions. As a matter of fact, most people are above debate, right? They're teaching, I'm above debate. Hey, take what you need, leave what you don't. As if you know what you need, right? Well, okay, you don't question it because you like to think you know what you need. Anyway, look at me here, man. Daryl Gresham, good to see you in the chat, sir. Welcome to the show. Rocky, morning, everyone. Good to see you. Welcome to the show. Welcome, welcome. Let's get it in today. So, for those of you who may have been following me for a little while, back in the days of the shitstorm, I did a small segment on the subconscious mind. So this isn't the first time I've spoken about it. For some people, hey, the subconscious mind, let me click that. I know a little bit about that. I'm sure you do. So what I want to do is play some of the segment where I talk about the subconscious mind. Right? The subconscious mind. It's easy to say. It's easy to say. There's a lot of people who say it, so you repeat it, you say it in a group of people, and you're going to get the check firing facts. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. And remember, if you'd actually like to get to work on understanding practical magic, this is what I do. Okay, this is a lifestyle. It isn't something you do on the side. It isn't just feeling good about life. God, whatever. Here, let's get into it a little bit, all right? Let's get into it a little bit.
Many spiritual and occult teachers of the day have made mention of the subconscious mind, and, in the traditional fashion of contemporary Western thinking, speak widely of how it behaves. But what is the subconscious mind, and how does that relate to the left-hand path? Among the widespread information on the subject matter of the occult and spirituality, there are many frameworks and conceptualizations that possess their own specific ideas and components. Oftentimes, however, certain ideas will take hold across a vast spectrum of perspectives. One such idea is that of the subconscious mind. From what I can ascertain, the subconscious mind exists alongside and intertwined with the conscious mind, and in some frameworks, the unconscious mind as well. The subconscious mind is said to exist behind the conscious mind. However, in some frameworks, there's no mention of the unconscious mind at all. The emphasis, however, being that the subconscious mind is almost a mind of its own. Suggestions of it containing trauma and inner knowing based upon symbol and repetition. The point here is that there are many discussions being had about the subconscious mind, and those discussions have flowed over into the spiritual and occult communities. In some respects, you can even say that's the other way around. And to be quite honest, I've used the concept myself when I didn't know what else to say, which is how I came to pursue this monologue, because I found a conflict within myself.
Yes, I'm not reacting to my own content, because I've seen this. I made it. If I were reacting to it, it would be disingenuous. I'm not reacting to it, I'm replaying it, first and foremost. I hate reaction content. Everything's so fucking performative these days. It's just aesthetic deep. Anyways, okay. Here's where we're starting, alright? Many conceptualizations and frameworks that people will teach you are going to have they will either include the subconscious mind, or the idea of the subconscious mind is its basis, its fundamentals. Okay? Many people who are talking about the subconscious mind today got it from Brother Panic. And Brother Panic, as we all know, is above debate, above scrutiny. Okay? It's a widespread concept. Many people are saying this concept. Okay. So fuck the messenger. I'm here to talk to you about that message. Many people will tell you, and basically repeating Panic, and telling you that the subconscious mind is programmed with symbols and repetition. It is holding trauma, okay, and that the work is to access the subconscious mind. Maybe even telling you that the subconscious mind is the soul itself. All right, see, that feels good. You have this idea. You hear the word soul. Oh, I kind of want to understand that. Okay, well, I'll give you subconscious mind. And now you understand it because you can put the two together. And it feels great. It feels, damn, I am equipped now to go tell those Christians what they didn't know. I'm going to let them know. I'm going to show them. I'm going to wake them up. Hey guys, here's the new technique. It's as simple as unlocking your subconscious mind. Just do the research. Okay, cool. See, I don't want to straw man what people are saying. I don't want to take it and make it a ridiculous idea and then defeat the ridiculous idea as if I've defeated what they're saying. That's what it means to straw man someone's idea. This is what you're told. That your access or your engagement with the subconscious mind is your spiritual work. But this is the soul. And you get in here and you reprogram it. And once you reprogram your subconscious mind, this is going to start to unlock things for you. When I didn't know what else to say, this is what I would say. It's what I heard. It's what other people would agree with. And I would tell them to do the research. Let's continue.
When I questioned where I got the idea to begin with, I came up empty-handed. And the void that I inevitably found in pursuit of this question was a bit unsettling. So, quite naturally, in pursuit of gaining a better footing and more integrity to what it was that I claimed that I knew, I went in search of the roots of these ideas. As an enthusiast of philosophy of mind myself, these waters weren't too difficult for me to navigate. I did, however, find an issue. The language of having a conscious mind that relates to another type or quality of mind goes back to the discussion between Carl Jung and Sigmund Freud. There is evidence that the two of them were students of the same school of thought, and Jung for a time worked under Freud, so their discussions were quite similar. Material surrounding both the conscious mind and the unconscious mind, and how those two interact. That led to an exploration of other psychologists who made mention of either the conscious or unconscious mind, and those two concepts were so prevalent that I could find mention of them outside of the realm of psychology, where Freud and Jung initially brought them into play. The issue was that although I was finding plenty of information on the conscious and unconscious mind, there was no mention of a subconscious mind. This subconscious mind that was being described by both occultists and spiritualists was vastly different than the conscious or unconscious mind being discussed by Carl Jung and Sigmund Freud. I even endeavored to take another look, deeper, into the discussions of both Carl Jung and Sigmund Freud. There was a collective mind, a personal mind, things like the superego, alter egos, the id, and the persona, the anima and the animus, and the list goes on and on. I don't generally hear any occultists or spiritualists discussing those other aspects of the framework. However, the point here is that the idea of the subconscious mind was nowhere to be found within their writings or teachings.
I'm gonna continue, but I want to drive this point home, guys. Because you'll hear people say, not only the subconscious mind, but the ego. Well, some of you know how I feel about invoking the ego. You usually don't mean the ego, okay? Now, to me, this is picking and choosing. And some people might say that, well, they didn't talk about the subconscious mind because they was trying to hide it from you. They didn't talk about the subconscious mind because they were trying to hide it from you. I'd love to simply just say you guys got to stop with the someone's trying to hide something from you. It's easier to say someone's trying to hide something from me than to suggest maybe I don't understand what I'm talking about. Because like I said, ego will be invoked over and over and over and over again. Who talks about the superego? The idea of mind will be invoked over and over and over again. And that's part of the reason people talk about the conscious mind and then the subconscious mind, as though they're getting closer and closer to the hidden information. There's no secrets anymore, guys. This stuff is public knowledge. There's no one hiding something. The more reasonable idea is that maybe you don't understand it, which is part of the reason no one invokes any of these other aspects of these frameworks. Like imagine, because this is the picking and choosing again, imagine someone invokes the nucleus of a wall, ribosomes, mitochondria, right? We'd say, look, sir, you're picking and choosing what you want from that framework. Just like we do with a Christian. Well, I only read the New Testament. Well, you're picking and choosing. You're not looking at the whole framework. And so picking out the ego and just plopping it somewhere else without any mention of the id or superego is picking and choosing. The anima, the animus. See, it's easy to say Carl Jung. I got Carl Jung from Panic. I didn't know about Carl Jung before listening to Panic. Also didn't hear about a subconscious mind from there either, but it's easy to look at Christians and accuse them of picking and choosing. But you do want to check your own hands for blood. You do want to check your own hands for blood. Because Carl Jung and Sigmund Freud did not talk about a subconscious mind. It's not in the literature. You could try and explain that away by saying, well, they were trying to hide it from you. That's like when Christians will blame anything that they don't like on the devil. Anything that doesn't already fit with what you're explaining. Well, someone's trying to hide it from me. Someone doesn't want me to rise. The devil doesn't want me to get to heaven. They don't want me to see the secret knowledge. That's the cult of Gnosticism again. Okay? So keep that in mind. When people will tell you the ego, well, they'll invoke subconscious mind as if they're getting it from Carl Jung and Sigmund Freud. Keep in mind, they don't invoke any other aspect of the framework. Let's go a little bit further. Right now, I'm going to show you. Sigmund Freud did mention the idea of a subconscious mind. As a matter of fact, he was the first person to mention it. Yeah, let's go on. Let's go on, because I'd love for you to think I'm about to make your point.
So then, if the subconscious mind isn't necessarily a psychological concept, as is asserted by the spiritual and occult communities, then what is it? From continuing to dig around for other mention of this elusive yet prevalent concept, this is what the evidence tells me. Want the truth? It's brain function. Said differently, it's a neurological concept. This is the Three Minds framework. It's a description of the dynamics behind brain function. It has a similar triune set of units and correlates quite snugly with the descriptions I have found. Even beyond the descriptions themselves, many presenters outright attribute the subconscious mind to brain function. Flat out. Now, let's examine what this means. Honestly, How many occult and spiritual teachers use a framework that talks about the subconscious mind, or in fact has the subconscious mind as a fundamental mechanism of their entire framework? In terms of moving beyond the physical, these frameworks are flawed, the same way that any other spiritual framework with its footing in materialism or physicalist concepts would be equally flawed. The subconscious mind
Oh, I think you're progeny. Good to see you in the chat. GMFG. Good motherfucking morning. No, that's not it. I don't know what it means. I'm sorry. I'm not cool. But GMFG to you. Alright, look. Rewind a bit here. Okay. Aries. So what? The subconscious mind is brain function, right? Isn't that what spirituality is about? Unlocking the hidden powers of your brain? No. The brain is flesh. It's meat. It's walking worm food, the same as any other part of the body. What spirituality is at its core is your relationship with the reality beyond physical life. It is not about unlocking something. That's never been the case. Quite routinely, what is pointed out is how physical life is in your way. It's not to say physical life is doing something wrong. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. It's your allegiance to that, which is the problem. Brain function. And to be quite honest, my association with it to brain function not only comes from the people who present it, but it's some type of a saving grace for the idea that it isn't just made up. That isn't just something y'all niggas made up. Because that could be the case. That's actually what I've been leaning towards. But I'll give you a saving grace. There you go. Go rest over there. It's brain function. This is not a spiritual concept, guys. So neurology is just physicalism and not the actual subconscious mind. Bruh, that ain't a subconscious mind. And if there is, it's a framework that's describing the brain. Of course, neurology is physicalism. Of course, neurology is... What is physicalism? Physicalism is the idea that all that exists is what's physical. And so if the furthest you can get into anything spiritual is the subconscious mind, but yet the subconscious mind is describing brain function, which is something physical, then it's still just physical. That's my point. Neurology is another aspect of physicalism. It's not to say it's not real, it's not true, but it does not go beyond physical. It's part of the reason I'm against the spooky back oil. You gotta raise your spooky back oil to your pineal, and then the cranial nerves activate. You didn't leave the body. Your description does not leave the body. Your framework does not leave the body. And if it don't leave the body, it's not going beyond the physical, which is the point. That is what spirituality is about. Your relationship and connection to reality beyond the physical. Period. It can get more complicated than that. As simple as we can make it. Subconscious mind, if it's a thing, isn't spiritual. Subconscious mind, if it's a thing, isn't spiritual. This is part of the reason you can't be above debate when you're claiming to be teaching a science. Your ideas need to be able to stand up to critique. And it's not just presenting your ideas and saying, hey, challenge me, guys. Because really out here, people are scared to challenge you. You say challenge me in a room of people who are scared to challenge you because they don't want to look stupid. They don't want to be an outcast in the group. You're not really asking anyone to challenge you. My suspicions is that subconscious mind is a filler word. It's a word to use when you don't have any idea. Explain what they're telling you, they say go within. And it becomes the end of their argument. Just like in Christianity, when someone didn't know what to say, didn't know how to explain, they would tell you, you need to go pray. Go pray to God about it. Go pray to God about it. And that's it. And look, from a Christian standpoint, from a Christian cosmology, that's not bad advice. But from someone trying to understand a Christian cosmology, it is. Because you have to assume the person is already in it. So, why do people tell you to go within? They won't mention what you need to go within. Now, usually if they do mention it, it's within the body. Why? Because they're explaining to you a physicalist cosmology where all that exists is just physical. That's why I say, bro, this spiritual stuff is more than just feeling calm, feeling positive. That's so short-sighted. It's emotionalism. And most people are here to learn to control their emotions because they want to be able to avoid certain emotions. So, Arius, are you saying these people are lying to me? No. I'm saying they don't know. And they don't know because they've positioned themselves above critique or above debate, above the necessity of back and forth. You walk into the group, you say subconscious mind, somebody gonna give you check, fire, and facts. And what's that gonna do? It's gonna stop you from critiquing what you already heard. These systems are flawed, period. They're flawed because they're either the ceiling or the basis of what they're talking about is just physical. It's just physical. Like the same way somebody can say, well, really the brain is what's tapping in to something larger. I could say your toe is what's tapping into something larger. Okay. That doesn't mean it is. Your liver is what's tapping into something larger. Your DNA, your melanin. The people who give you these concepts, these frameworks, will tell you they're physicalist frameworks. But what people like to do is pick and choose what they want to believe. Believe what you want to believe because everyone's right. Just ridiculing curriculum. Good to see you in the chat. Welcome back, bro. Go within to me means to question your awareness. Challenging what you think you know. I could be wrong and stupid though. I would say challenge your understanding is challenge your understanding. Go within is a directive towards something. It's a direction. It's a directive toward a particular direction. Because this is part of the reason I'll ask. Because if you say to challenge your own awareness, and I say, what is you? Then we get into the place where, well, were you just talking about you as your body? No, I'll say the soul. Okay. Wonderful. You said a new word. Where does that fit in a framework? Where does that come from? What does that mean in relationship to anything else? Because I'll tell you, if you're dealing with a framework that gives you cells, melanin, DNA, there's no framework that includes something like a soul. The physicalist frameworks are not made to include something like a soul. DNA is not correlative to soul. It's a completely different conversation. It's a completely different subject. So I would encourage you to question your own awareness, to question the conclusions you come to. But as far as what is you, if you don't have a framework that takes you beyond physical, it's not a spiritual framework. But that's just, would within be the psyche. Once again, because this is part of the place where you're going to see a bit of a contention between neurology and psychology. Okay, neurology and psychology. This is why the subconscious mind can be reduced to brain function, because it's really neurology posing as psychology. As a matter of fact, this is part of the reason I'm not really a big fan of cognitive science, because it tries to bridge the gap without acknowledging the gap. This is the same mind-body problem that exists in physicalism, where more and more is trying to be described with neurology. But you can cut open neurons all day and never find a thought, a memory. Neurology even has trouble describing pain. There's nobody who's not going to tell me pain isn't real. The fundamentals of a lot of these physicalist ideas is not to say they're not true, they're not real. They don't facilitate spirituality. They don't facilitate any type of divinity. That's the issue. Can we map where our soul comes from? Before you could map where a soul comes from, you need an idea of what a soul is. This is what I'm talking about. Like, we'll invoke the word without understanding what it is we're talking about. People will say ego and have no idea what it is aside from what they'd like to believe. And it's fine. Have your own opinions of what you'd like to believe. But if that's the measure of knowledge, you may as well not even call it knowledge. These words come from frameworks. These words come from frameworks. And if you won't invoke the rest of the framework, if you won't do the research to find out where that word comes from, you're probably better off not using it. I won't tell you not. In translations of previous frameworks, the words psyche and soul are the same word. When we're talking about psyche, we're talking about that which moves and can move other things. You're not going to find that in neurology, biology, physics. You're not going to find that. You're not even going to find the space for such a thing to exist. And this is the point I'm trying to make. Just pulling DNA, melanin, cranial nerve, pineal gland, and then trying to refashion it to do something it was never made to do is the same thing Christians do, picking and choosing. You're not doing any of the research on what these ideas are you have in your hand. You'll just hold them up and try, is this the right answer? And that's not how this works. Society takes. That's what the framework Christianity is a good example. It's okay. See, look, With Christianity, and once again, I'm not telling you to be a Christian, although that's probably the better avenue for most people in the West who don't want to have to do research and think about these things too much. Even with Christianity, there's a cosmology that extends beyond the physical world. There's a cosmology that extends beyond the physical world. And so you can have spiritual methodology with the physicalism, where you get the cells, the melanin, the DNA, the glands. The frameworks that those come from do not extend beyond the physical world. And so trying to take those and just shove them into a spiritual framework that you glued together is the same mistake that the Christians were making before, which is why you left Christianity, but then you end up doing the same thing. Because the issue wasn't the framework itself, it was your allegiance to just doing what you want, as opposed to actually doing a little bit of research. I'm going to show you a basic search. I'll even show you what Sigmund Freud said about the idea of a subconscious mind, because I've referenced it before, but this will be the first time I actually point to you and show you the quotes. Okay? Doing the research isn't just listening to somebody in a video say it and then repeating it to somebody who's never watched the video. But that's what a lot of the people in the spiritual community will claim research is. The same way Christians will claim the research is just listening to pastor. Well, see, you got to come listen to this pastor, because once he breaks it down to you, then you really understand. And you look at them like, what the fuck you? That's dumb as hell. Why would I do that? But then on the same breath, you're like, well, you got to listen to this guy. Here's the video. Once he breaks it down to you, then you really understand. You look like, that's how you look to them. Both of you are making the same mistake. Neither of you are actually doing the research. And in the age of information, there's not really an excuse. Like, some of the people I'm working with, which I love, actually, I love the fact that they're beginning to do this, is they're actually being critical of the words they use. Here's a word. I'm reading and here's a word. Boom. I don't know what that word means. I'd like to think I do, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to look it up. At first, it's difficult because what you end up finding is there's so many words I thought I knew that I'm almost constantly having to look up words. That's good. That's good. Because now you're beginning to repair your own dysfunction as opposed to trying to avoid the dysfunction or just claim someone's trying to hide something from you. No one's hiding anything. You're ignorant. And I'm not saying that to insult you. If I want to insult you, I'd say something about your mama's big leg. Okay, look, saying you're ignorant isn't an insult. Ignorance is the precursor to knowledge. Before you can know, you have to go through the phase of not knowing. And that's a large phase. Some people think they're out of that phase because they find a new group. And people will say, check fire and facts. Round of applause. You'll go to a new teacher and you'll say something. And no matter what you say, they're going to say, yeah, all right, good. Oh, okay, this person's got it, yeah. No matter what you say, they're going to say, good job. What's that going to do for you? You're going to feel like you're learning. You're going to feel like you're progressing. You're not. Let me show you. I got to show you the video again. Because it's not the teacher's fault. They don't know what you need to know. You don't know, but yet you're given the idea, you're given the directive, take what you need and leave the rest. How do you even know you know what you need? It's not up to them to stop you and say, hey, do you really know what you need? Do you really have the capacity to discern what you do and don't need in this work? Kindergartner, right? Kindergarten. Let's say you got a kindergartner and you give the kindergartner a bunch of fucking math textbooks and you just, here, take what you need and leave the rest. How the fuck they supposed to know what they need? We wouldn't expect that, but yet, because of what you'd like to believe, you'll just say, oh, I know. Isn't that what the kindergartner would do? They'd look through the book, find the prettiest picture. This is what I need. Little innocent baby. But they're wrong. They're wrong. If you don't go through the phase of ignorance where you're lost, confused, uncertain, and having to dig your way back out, you're not going to learn. You're just going to get better at repeating what you were told. I'm so serious, bro. Like, it's easy to look at me and say, Aries don't know what he's talking about. He's not vibrating high enough. It's the same thing. Just call me a sinner with spooky words. Relax, you're good. I've been doing that recently. Downloaded Merriam-Webster. It's my most used app now. Get into this is why I say motherfuckers will look for a book. I'm saying, look, don't even look for a book. Hit the dictionaries. Hit the dictionaries. Because y'all don't understand the English language the way you think you do. You don't understand the English language the same way that these initiated people do. This was part of your initiation process. Having to relearn what you thought you learned. And you can't skip over that process, say some deity names, and think you got it. Go tell people's subconscious mind and think you got it. You look at the Christian, hey man, you didn't do the research. You don't know where this comes from. And then I'll look at you and say, hey man, you didn't do the research. You don't know where this came from. I'm so serious. I'm so serious. Spirituality is a place within metaphysics, but both are beyond physical. Spirituality has a place within metaphysics. Okay, I see what you mean. Spirituality has a place within metaphysics, but both are beyond physical. I want to point out the hole on that. When we're talking spirituality, we're usually talking about methodology. Okay, when we're talking spirituality, we're usually talking about methodology. Metaphysics, the prefix meta means beyond. Okay, so the idea of beyond physics, beyond the physical. This is where most cosmologies already extended themselves beyond the physical. It was par for the course. But in today's physicalist world, there is no metaphysics. There's just physics. There's just physics. This is why people are focused on a Schumann resonance, magnetosphere, dark energy. Motherfuckers don't even know why dark energy is called dark energy. The word dark is being used to signify that they don't understand it. Not to say, oh, it's beyond their understanding. No. Slow down. It's that it follows the thing that they're tracking. The thing that they are tracking follows the same rules as energy. But it's beyond the framework of their concept. They're not extending the concept outside of the physical world. Only a few physicists are beginning to even postulate such a thing. I introduced you guys to Donald Hoffman. He's not the only one who's talking about space-time is doomed. See, what do I mean when I say space-time? A motherfucker will think they know. Hey, subconscious mind. You don't even know what I mean when I say space-time. Space and time. Space-time is that whole collection of artifacts that we have of all these different objects. Okay? All this particulate matter. Particles and energy. But there's more beyond that, unless, of course, you're talking to a physicist. So people aren't wrong for telling you these things, but they don't know. Everyone's above debate, everyone's above scrutiny, and everyone's right. And so no one's wrong. And if no one's wrong, no one's right, bro. Here we go. I have to show it to you. I have to do it.
And if everybody agreeing on the same thing, somebody wrong. You see? Check? Check. All right then. They play on your emotion. Saying nothing well and playing on your emotion. Tell a person what they want to hear and say nothing well. You can say nothing if you can say it well. They play on your emotion. And that's the problem with our people. They have been teaching you what you wanted to hear and not what you really needed to hear because they didn't know what you really needed to hear. That's called the art of public speaking. They play on your emotion. So that's getting your emotion up to a certain level, and you thinking that's spiritual, that's emotionalism. They play on your emotion. And they'll come up and they would come into some stuff and they would be talking all this good stuff and people, yeah. But everybody's ignorant. You see what I'm saying? They play on your emotion. And if everybody agreeing on the same thing, somebody wrong. You see? Check? Check. All right then.
Bobby Hemmett said check. He didn't mean check me. He said check. To check whether or not you understood what was said. And this was your opportunity to say, hey, I didn't understand that. The motherfuckers don't do that. Why? Emotionalism. Just like they did at church. You was there. Yes, pastor. Amen. Ooh, yes. I unlock all my potential to manifest the grace of the Lord. Yes, sir. Woo! You didn't understand the verse. You didn't understand none of the history behind where the book comes from, what it's invoking, what it's inferring. No. You felt good, and so you clapped. So, Marshad, metaphysics is talking about beyond the physical. It's just generally pointing to cosmology at large. But once again, here in the Western world, and it's going global, the physicalist or the secular mindset is that cosmology is just astrophysics. That cosmology is just astrophysics, meaning, once again, nothing beyond the physical world. See, the secularists, the physicalists, they're looking to be able to describe reality totally physical. So the tools they create are meant to describe the world only physically. And so those tools aren't fit to do something spiritual. Relax you good. He's saying, so spirituality is non-physical. How can we get better at it? First and foremost, by understanding what it is. First and foremost, by understanding what it is. You can't get better at something that you don't understand. Second, you have to be honest about what it is you're trying to do. Because some people want to be better at spirituality in order to have a better life. They want a better physical life, and that's the only reason they're devoted to any type of understanding of spirituality. Job in the Bible. Job, very devout Christian. Very devout. Well, I don't even think they were called Christians in the Bible. It's another discussion. Very devout. So devout, in fact, he could be stripped of all of the good things in his physical life and still be on course. See, when you come into spirituality to try and get a better physical life, and then you don't, what do? Change course. Oh, this ain't real. This ain't working. Why? Because the only thing you were looking for was physical life. When we're talking spirituality, this is about your relationship with reality beyond the physical. And if your metaphysics doesn't even extend beyond the physical, of course spirituality means nothing. Of course it has no utility. So this is why most of the people in the Western world, a lot of them who've rejected Christianity, will go back. Because it's a cosmology that extends beyond the physical world. And by virtue of that, it allows you to actually be spiritual. See, just trying to claim that the ancients were talking about melanin and DNA is wrong. That's wrong. That just shows you don't know what the ancients were talking about or what Western scientists are talking about today. Physicalist scientists are talking about today. That's ignorance. And once again, ignorance is the precursor to knowledge. See, this is the place where you should have been doing some more research. You should be challenging your understanding. But instead, what people will do is start teaching. Society ejects. Damn, this has me thinking, like, who giving people authority to even teach without being initiated? No one. They give it to themselves. They fake it until they make it, and then they just fake making it. They say, I'm above debate. I'm above critique. Just take whatever I say with a grain of salt, which means I don't want to be accountable for what I'm saying, but I want you to listen and validate me. Take what I say with a grain of salt. I'm above debating the back and forth. Take what you need and leave the rest. Meaning, don't hold me accountable for what's coming out of my mouth. But I still want you to listen and validate it. So there is no authority anymore because no one will allow authority so that they can maintain the feeling that they're an authority. This is why everybody can't be right, because right don't mean anything anymore. When everyone's right, right doesn't have, the word don't have no meaning. Motherfuckers just wear it as a hollow fucking badge. So, what was that? So why do people have only focusing on physical things? Like, is it misdirection? See, misdirection is as though it's implying that you're being directed to do a certain thing. It's not necessarily that someone is misdirecting you, although there is a lot that is put in to continue to allow you to just think about the physical world. But it's not so much that there's misdirection. That exists. I won't deny that. The larger issue is people's motivation. It's what they consider real, important. What makes the difference to them? Like, a lot of people will claim that they don't care about money, but they hold on to it for dear life. Remember, Job from the Bible. God took all that shit. But he stayed on course. He stayed in alignment with the reality beyond his physical life. Period. I'm not saying you can't have things in physical life. I'm saying spirituality isn't for that. It's not to gain superpowers. There are a lot of people who are interested in spirituality because they want power, because they feel powerless and don't know what to do about it. Praise dance around the church. Hell yeah, it's easier to do than research. It's easier to do than research. Well, if we're on this planet called Earth, shouldn't we just all be focusing on physical since we're all stuck here with our meat suit? Okay. Let's kind of break that question down a little bit. All right. Don't be me. Let's break that question down a bit, okay? If it's a meat suit, then it's more so letting go of your allegiance to the meat suit. So you're not stuck here at all. But with your allegiance will keep you in the same place. Job from the Bible, what was his allegiance? See, this is what I mean. You have to check your own metaphysics. How are you even framing reality? What exists to you? What is real? And for most people, the only thing that is real is what's physical. What my five senses can give me. Where do you get your five senses from? The meat suit. So it's not a meat suit to most people. It's them. There's the subtlety. There's the difference. This is what is you. The meat suit, your DNA, stuff like that, that's made just for the physical world. It's developed and evolved only to focus on surviving in the physical world. DNA is not your friend. I don't care how much of the junk DNA will unlock. Niggas don't do no molecular biological research, but have the audacity to suggest they know what junk DNA is. Just like motherfuckers in church had the audacity not to research any of the history of what they're talking about, where these ideas come from, yet would preach to you, right? You motherfuckers are doing the same thing. How do you stay on course on your non-physical life, bro? You actually have to have one. You actually have to have one. This is part of what it means to make this part of your everyday life. Motherfuckers is talking about practical magic. This is part of what that means. You actually have to develop one. Look, and I keep using Christianity because people in the West know Christianity. You know it. You'll claim to be above using it or engaging it, but you know it. This is what I mean about the dishonesty. You need to be honest about what you know, what you're acknowledging, what makes something real to you. You reject Christianity, but in the same breath, invoke angels or demons. Well, these are the four main archangels. And just call them elemental. Well, this is the elemental angel of this. Well, here, I'm going to go summon these 72 demons. Oh, you think you're spooky? Nigga, that's still Christianity. Oh. You want to be nuanced in your thinking. Because look, you're not going to ask me a fancy question that gets you around whether or not you understand the fundamentals. You can't jump to methodology. See, methodology is composed of an ontology and epistemology. Without understanding those, you're not going to get to methodology. You're not going to get to how to do something. If you ask somebody in Santeria or in Hinduism or in Norse mythology how to do something, then you'll say, what's the right one? You don't understand what right means. Each of these are right based on the cosmology, the metaphysics they are using. This is why I will point you to your metaphysics to understand what is right. But that answer is unsatisfactory. And it's because what most people are actually looking for is someone to tell them what to do and what to believe. No, I'd rather not. If you really want someone to tell you what to believe, go back to Christianity. They got plenty of stuff there to do. And it's not an insult. It's easy. What people are looking for is what's easy. What I'm telling you about is not easy. It's simple to say Christianity was a lie, it's all fake, but you ain't figure out what the fuck they was doing. You just don't like your experience. And that's a completely different thing. I'm not telling you to be a Christian. What I'm telling you is you don't even know what the fuck it was. You don't know what a metaphysics is, what a cosmology is, nor what purpose does it serve. And without that understanding, you'll never know how to do something. The only thing you'll end up with is somebody telling you what to do while you feel like you out here on your own. That's emotionalism again. You get your emotions up to a certain level and you feel like that's spiritual, and it's not. It's your emotions. And you can't be mad at somebody selling you down the river with that shit, bruh. Look, I'm going to say this real quick because I'm going to get into my shit, bruh. Look, basic search. Basic search. All the motherfuckers who will tell people do the research. Basic search. Anglicized. Anglicized is I want to say Anglo-Saxon, but I want to make sure I'm looking at that. Wonderful. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. It's like Anglo-Saxon. All right. The word subconscious represents an anglicized version of the French subconscient as coined by John Norris. So, what are we saying? What does that say? Subconscient is an anglicized or Englishized version of the French, what's his name? Author John Norris, okay? In an essay towards the theory of the ideal or intelligible world. Ideal or intelligible world. Would you skip over challenging whether or not you understood those words? Why? So you can rush to figure out, well, how do I do it? You don't even know what you're looking at. And you want to figure out how to do something. I'll tell y'all, man, initiation took years of a motherfucker's life. Years. Psychoanalysis. This is where most people are talking about when they're talking about subconscious mind. What they're doing is they're pointing to what they consider to be a map of the mind that shows the components or categories. See, Sigmund Freud is like the motherfucker who gave the Western world what we know as psychoanalysis. The whole idea of going to a shrink, sitting on a couch and just saying things, that comes from this guy's camp. Carl Jung came out of his camp. See, bro, you gotta look at some of the history of some of this shit. Anyway, Sigmund Freud used the term subconscious in 1893 to describe associations and impulses that are not accessible to consciousness. Here it comes. He later abandoned the term in favor of unconscious, noting the following. This is the quote I will not invoke. I will direct you towards, because like I said the first time I talked about subconscious mind. This is the quote I usually direct you toward. All right, because when I say subconscious mind isn't in any of the literature, this is what I mean. It's not to say someone's trying to hide it from you. The motherfucker looked at the word, tasted it, and it's like, we can't use this. Not so that we can hide it from the chosen, you dumb fucks. If someone talks of subconsciousness, I cannot tell whether he means the term topographically, to indicate something lying in the mind beneath consciousness, which is what most people are doing, or qualitatively, to indicate another consciousness or subterranean one, as it were. So look at what distinction is he making here? Let me guess. I know enough. I can just kind of read over this and now I get it. Topographical versus qualitative. What is topography? Ever heard of a topographical map? What's topography usually showing you? It's showing you how the terrain is composed, all right? So if we're talking something topographical, it's actually talking about the categories that are going to make up the structure of the mind. Topography is the study of the forms and features of land surfaces. The topography of an area may refer to the land forms and features themselves, or a description or depiction in maps. So if you're talking subconscious mind in a topographical sense, you're making it, all right? That's what most people are trying to do without doing any research. Because mind you, they don't talk about an unconscious mind because they don't know anything about that. The same way they'll invoke ego, they not know about a superego, an animus, or an id. They'll just pick and choose words. I'm sorry, I got behind on the chat. Salt of the earth. What? Good to see you in the chat, Maestro. Lot's wife took that grain of salt. Boy, she was looking back. Boy, she fucked it up. Look, that's what it looked like to get off course and not walk by faith. Motherfuckers will claim, I don't believe nothing, I know. And then you go out here and do bad science. Fuck out of here. How do you stay on course? Oh, okay, I heard that. When they say all truths are half-truths at the beginning with no context, knowing what they mean with saying that, not knowing what they mean with saying that. All truth is but half-truth talks about the inextricable relationship with truth and falsehood. See, it's just like right and wrong have an inextricable relationship. This is why everyone can't be right. This is why there can't be no suffering. Pain and pleasure. You can't just have all pleasure. Because it's not pleasure. Why? Pain and pleasure are inextricably connected. This is why everyone cannot be right. Why? Because right and wrong are inextricably connected. And when you try and have one without the other, you don't even have one. Fuck, man. You know, this is basic shit. But motherfuckers never get past the basic shit because they fake it until they make it. And then once they start faking making it, they out here teaching you. Yeah, definitely one of mine's biggest mistakes, getting into spirituality, to have a better life. Joke on me, doesn't get better. No, it does not. And if it does get better, it gets worse first. It gets worse first. Because your old life has to start to fall away. And if you still identify with that, it's going to feel like you're being destroyed. This is part of the reason why the dark shit is what's the word? Advised against. Okay? Because your idea of yourself, your humanity, your allegiance to that will be tried and tested. And if you're found to still have the allegiance to it, it's going to feel like you're being destroyed. Not to mention, if you're fearful, which most of you are, you have a deep allegiance to your fears. So much so that you'd rather avoid the topic of what you're scared of altogether. Some people get into spirituality to try and avoid the topic of what they're fearful of. It don't work. It don't work. It's not what this shit is for, bruh. I'm so serious. How do you have enough is like, is that what the guild is about? The guild is about making this a lifestyle. It's about understanding your own metaphysics and putting yourself in alignment with it. And I can tell you right now, just like anyone else who comes in, it's like clockwork. You're going to have to contend with your bullshit before things begin to make sense. So there's nowhere in here I give you a step to skip your bullshit, to skip the things you don't want to see, to skip your fear. You're not going to be able to. You're going to have to not only learn to contend with it, but to do so regularly and continuously. That's the only way you're going to be able to see your metaphysics. And seeing it is just one part. Keeping yourself in alignment with it, that's another one. That's why you have to become familiar with contending with your fear. Because that's what's going to challenge your alignment, your being on course. See, the bullshit ain't going to stand in the spirituality, bruh. It's why motherfuckers need everybody to be right. So they can pull it, they can give you the bullshit, they can hold on to their own bullshit, and everybody can feel good. Because that's what people think spirituality is about. I feel good about life. It ain't about that. It was never about that. You go back to the same fucking preaching shit. In the U.S., pastors tend to go to their sex seminary school, but never drop it in Sunday school or sermons. I think like Methodist churches are really good with that. Maybe Catholic churches as well. I'm not sure. Orthodox churches drop theology on Wednesday though. What do you mean, like a Bible study? I don't know. Do you walk by faith areas? I have to. I don't have a choice at this point. Look, bro, you roll the dice, shit, the balls, the game is started. The game is started. Yes. But if I didn't, I'd have the fucking spooky robe and I'd be selling you bullshit. Because I'd be like, which is really the case, most of you just want bullshit. Most of you want someone who's going to tell you what you want to hear. So much of what I have to say is not what you want to hear. And look, I could know the shit, not say anything, and just keep it to myself. No. It's terrifying thinking how the mobs of you motherfuckers that could come any moment and just ignorant, and try and destroy everything I have. I can't stop it. It's walking by faith. And look, even if I didn't walk by faith, that wouldn't mean that's not the course. See, this ain't about finding a way to do what I do. I do what I do. Ain't no sense in trying to do what I do. This is about getting you to honestly and authentically be doing what you do. Honestly and authentically doing what you do. Motherfuckers gotta come take a pilgrimage to see me, to see if I'm really like this. What the fuck? It's alright though, you do what you do. You do what you do. It gets way worse. Yep, and quick too. It gets, there you go with their progeny, yeah, and quick too. So if right or wrong is interconnected basically on the same coin, is anybody at all just completely right? No, it's not possible. It's not possible. That's part of what I'm saying. That's not even possible. But people don't stop to think that because they like to believe that there's somebody out there who's going to give them all the right things. Why? Because that's easier than having to figure it out for yourself. That's easier than thinking about how much there is to begin to know. How off course they may be. Because some people have spent so much time telling Christians da-da-da-da-da-da. If they ever had to stop and look at themselves and see how wrong they've been and maybe walk some of that back, it's too much shame. It's embarrassing. How I'm going to look walking back all this. I've been running my mouth how I'm going to look. Well, you look like somebody who learned. Because that's part of what it is. See, if you lean into learning without the idea that you're going to go teach it, you can learn. You won't have to walk a whole bunch of stuff back. But if you do the Terrence Howard, where you learn, you get excited about your learning and think that means you need to teach, you're going to have to walk some things back along the path. See, that's using your emotions to dictate where you're going to go. That's using what you like to believe to dictate where you're going to go. And that's going to fuck you up every time. It's going to fuck you up every time. Straight afraid of my own shadow, no pun intended. That's what most people are, but that's why it exists. See, motherfuckers will say shadow. They won't go look at the framework that comes from. They won't look at the framework that comes from. And once again, see, this is why I use Wikipedia. It's a basic search. It's used for you to begin. For you to begin the research process. This is not where the research process ends. Freud. So he was saying, okay, you can't tell when someone's using the word subconscious whether or not they're talking about topography, about the structure of mind, or whether or not they're talking about the qualities of a particular type of mind. All right? So whether or not they're just talking about qualities in a subjective sense and not really making a claim as to what ontologically exists as part of the structure of the mind. To indicate another consciousness, a subterranean one as it were. He is probably not clear, and this is what he says about people who are using the term subconscious mind. He is probably not clear about any of it. The only trustworthy antithesis is between conscious and unconscious. Conscious and unconscious is what they were talking about. Now, sometimes you'll find what's called a preconscious. And you'll love to think, Aries, that's what we meant by subconscious. The preconscious. No, it's not. No, it's not. The motherfuckers is so caught up corresponding shit. You want to know what constitutes the category. The preconscious is not programmed by patterns and repetition. No. You want to look at what these things are, bruh. You want to challenge the shit you'd like to think. There ain't no way to get around the work, the difficult part of this shit. There's no way around it. There's no shortcuts. There's no corner you can cut. There's no corner you can cut. Other motherfuckers are going to try and tell you, here, take my class, I can show you the shortcut. No. There ain't one. As a matter of fact, there's even less of them because you don't even understand what your own metaphysics is. Back in the day with different mystery schools, everybody had the same metaphysics. So there was no question of what your metaphysics was. Everybody in ancient Egypt, ancient Kemet, right? All had the same metaphysics. So we didn't have to go through figuring out what your metaphysics was. Now, motherfuckers aren't in tune with any metaphysics other than physicalism, which is why they'll invoke glands, cranial nerves, back oil, DNA, and melanin. You won't research it. You'll hear someone say it, like it, and go say it again. And you can't tell just from saying it to somebody else what. Yeah, check. But everybody's ignorant. Everyone in the room is ignorant. And so you're using their clap to tell you whether or not you're on point. That's why I don't like nobody's compliment. Fuck your compliment. I see what else you cheer at. No, I don't need your compliment. I don't want it. Fuck. Ugh. They talk about the theology developed through the ages and the councils. Oh, I never went to one of those Bible studies. Good shit. Well, maybe that's in the seminary schools. That's a whole different thing, I think. Bullshit. Dawson says, bullshit feels better than knowing that I got into this for a better life and power and I have neither. Woo! Let's read it again. Bullshit feels better than knowing that I got into this for a better life and power and I have neither. I love the taste of that. Yep. Motherfuckers will go toward what feels good. See, that's what it means. Take what you need and leave the rest. Well, whatever feels good, just keep it. That's what motherfuckers mean when they say intuition. Well, what feels good? What feels right? Intuition ain't spiritual. I did the episode on that. Intuition is not spiritual. It's your ability to pick up on patterns. That's intuition. It's pattern recognition. It's not spiritual. Fuck. It's not spiritual. Why did people have the same metaphysics back in the way? Why do we not have the same metaphysics now? So your question is basically, what is a metaphysics? That's what this question is asking. Look, in ancient Egypt, right? Everybody's metaphysics was that same cosmology. They didn't just worship gods. These gods were the fundamentals of how they framed reality. That is what I'm saying. What are your metaphysics? What are the components you are using to frame the reality, ontology? What do you know that exists within context of those things? How do you know things? Your epistemology. And you use both of those to form a cosmology. And that'll give you that whole narrative story that connects all those pieces. If you would have asked somebody back then how they know what they know, their answer would compose or contain those deities, that cosmology. It was a completely different metaphysics. The people in Egypt had a completely different metaphysics than the people in the Norse world or the Celtic world. They had a completely different metaphysics. Your metaphysics is going to determine what your methodologies are. All the time, every time. That's why everyone there had the same metaphysics. 10,000 years ago in India, everyone had the same metaphysics. 10,000 years ago in Japan, everyone had the same metaphysics. Physics probably just physicalism, but now they're trying to add extra steps to it by picking and choosing what they like and never even examining what they've created. As long as it feels good, it must be right. No, that's stupid. It's wrong. It's short-sighted. They would answer that because they didn't have the information we have now? No, because what that implies is that the information we have now is superior. And I'm not making that claim at all. I'm not making that claim at all. I think the information we have now is inferior and short-sighted. They were only present and stuck in their community's way, not just their community's way. It was their way of framing reality. See, I'm not saying the way people frame reality today is superior. Not at all. Not at all. It's cosmological bleach. People have a myopic view of reality that only contends with the physical world. See, that's part of the Western idea of what progress looks like, is to get away from needing anything other than the physical part of the description. This is part of the reason why people try and correspond these physicalist ideas to the ancient world. Oh, they were talking about melanin. Oh, they were talking about DNA. Oh, they were talking about your 12 cranial nerves. Because people think the information we have today is superior. This is not a claim that current information is superior. What I'm telling you is that the framework, the topography, if you will, the structure is different. The structure of how the world is framed is different. Different how? Physicalism is the idea that all there is the physical world. All there is the physical world. There's no continuity with anything else. There's no connection to anything else. And nothing else exists. It's just the physical world. Electromagnetic spectrum. Electric and magnetic. It's just the physical world. Those old cosmologies had a continuity with something beyond the physical world. They weren't trying to reduce, oh, this is all really just your cranial nerve and the back oil. And when it goes through the glands, your sexual energy erupts through the top, and that's what Christ consciousness is. So they reduce Christ consciousness to a physical process, and they've missed the whole idea. Subconscious mind. Reprogram your subconscious mind, and once you do that, you unlock the powers in the kundalini of your chakra system. See, I just said nothing. You can say nothing if you say it well. What does it mean to say it well? Make a motherfucker who's listening feel good about it. Oh yeah, chat, potential to manifest the world I want. So what is you when you do that? And see, motherfuckers will try and jump and say, oh, well, what I am is everything. No. You can't identify with everything. See, if you was everything, you wouldn't want some different life. You wouldn't want some different life. What about the part of you that's everything that's outside of that different life? There's so much more reality than you as this little meat bag that likes the life you live. What about the viruses that love to infect your body, right? What about the people you call the elite who love to see you as a slave? If you're everything, you're that too. So what you mean you want a different life? See, that's bullshit. Don't nobody everything. I am the universe. What you mean by the universe? What you mean by the universe? What does the word universe mean? Single instance. Universe. Single instance. If it's a single instance, how the fuck is that you? But motherfuckers will say what feels say, what the new group of people need you to say to fit in. Subconscious mind, kundalini, energy, vibration. Ooh, say energy. Say energy. But won't look up what this shit means. What the fuck is energy? It's coming right out of physics. It's coming right out of physics. Well, they said chi, and that's what they meant. How you know that? Picking and choosing. Picking and fucking choosing again. I like this word. I like how they say it. So I'm going to say that this is what they meant here, and this is what they meant here, and I'm going to correspond this. And once I correspond that, and I correspond this, and I correspond this, eureka, I've got it. No, kid, that's a mess. That's a nasty mud pie. That's a mess. Well, everyone's right. If everyone was right, what's the point of even changing anything? You could have just been a Christian and been right. Right? See, it's not everyone's right. It's that people will say that to validate what they already want to believe. Putting yourself above debate, but then still want to claim what you're teaching is the science. It's that no science works like that. None. Metaphysics is a branch of philosophy. It's never worked like I'm just above critique. No one does that. Unless, of course, you're in a cult. Uh-oh. I'm going to be honest. I still don't get the question, what is you? I know. I'm not even tell you the answer. I know. Look, bro, I'm telling you. A you is nested in a past, present, and future. It's nested in a narrative. It's a part of a story. And so when I'm asking you, I'm invoking what cosmology you're using. Where's the continuity between the pieces that you're invoking? DNA, soul, astral, kundalini. Where's the continuity between those pieces? Who knows? Because everyone's right. And no one does the research, but they tell other people to do the research. That's what I'm saying. Fuck, I'm creating Frankenstein's monster. Yes, Dawson, that's what motherfuckers out here doing. Just creating the Frankenstein monster and then having the audacity to go teach it. Motherfucker can say the word ontology, but not tell you how it connects to epistemology or methodology. Motherfuckers can say methodology. See, half the reason most people out here looking for a practical method is because Panic said it. And you liked Panic, you felt good about Panic, and I'm not saying that not what you getting isn't bullshit. I'm not saying everything Panic said is bullshit. I could say that if I wanted to. I'm not. You know, motherfuckers want to have an open mind, but you don't know how to distinguish what needs to go in there and don't. And so the only way you really do that is you end up putting whatever you feel good about in there. That correspondence shit will fuck you up, especially like me when you confuse the fundamentals with the map. Yeah. Because these are different conversations. The ontology and the epistemology are a different conversation than the methodology. What we're talking about is a different conversation than how to do something. But motherfuckers will just mix it all in because they can't tell the difference. And that's not... No one will check you on it because as long as it feels good, they'll compliment you. They'll clap for you. They'll tell you you on the cutting edge. And so motherfuckers they tell you to correspond things because that's what they did. And they don't know what you need to know. No one's checking anything. Any and everyone have the authority to teach you. And you won't challenge it. Because what feels good is where your allegiance is. What allows you to avoid what you didn't want to have to deal with is where your allegiance is. What's going to give you a better life is where your allegiance is. And I'm not telling you you're wrong. I'm telling you you're dishonest with yourself about it. That's what I'm saying. You're dishonest with yourself about it. And you have to be honest with yourself about it. You have to be radically honest with yourself before you can begin to see. Before the synchronicities can start to make sense. You don't just pat yourself on the back because you caught the clock when it said 444. It does that twice a day. Shit. You have no significance for what those numbers mean. What the niggas call them? Angel numbers. Well, when you say an angel number, what are you invoking? Christian cosmology. So you're still a Christian, you're just a bad one. When I couldn't correspond, Marshall says, when I couldn't correspond Sephirah and chakras with church theology or the 64 hexagrams, I started to fall. I mean, you can correspond some of those things. Because once again, those are fundamental maps. Those are maps that aren't telling you what to do. Those are maps that aren't telling you what to do. Through the shit, bro. I'm actually doing a little bit of a dive myself personally into the hexagrams. I really got to get into that because I tapped into it a little bit, but when I realized it was way more than I had the teeth to chew, I had to put it aside. But nigga got better teeth now. All right, look. These are fundamental maps. They're only telling you ontology and epistemology. And people will look at this, and not only will they claim to understand it, but the next question will be, now how do I take this and make this part of my everyday life? That ain't what this is for. That's never been what this is for. As a matter of fact, when you were initiated into these systems, the answer to that question was obvious, but no one wants to be initiated. Or they want to claim that they don't need initiation, or they want to claim that they're already initiated because they feel good about it. These maps aren't made to talk to you about you. The top map is a fundamental map. There is no you in it. It's ontology and epistemology. The bottom map has the you in it, it tells you where you need to go, what you're trying to do. It's got the U in it, so it can tell you where you need to go and what you're trying to do. All of that is on top of the fundamental map. All of that is on top of the fundamental map. I can take that methodology off, and the map is still good. It's not good for telling you about you, which is what everybody's so concerned about. Well, how does this work? How does it connect to me? What they're really looking for is a story that they can fit themselves into. This is why you get all the ridiculous stories about dimensional wars and aliens who are reptiles who want to come and get the gold. I'm not telling you you're wrong for needing the story. I'm telling you you're looking at this backwards. You're so concerned about what do I do, you don't understand. You don't even know what you're talking about. So even if a motherfucker told you what to do, you wouldn't understand it. I never listen to any of Panic's videos. I suggest you do. Check them out. Check them out. You want to see where people get what they're saying from. Because I'm not telling you what Panic said is bullshit. I'm telling you most people will bullshit themselves. And the parts of Panic stuff that is bullshit, you won't know because he placed himself above debating. See, saying something is good to keep anyone from being able to scrutinize what you're saying. And that's what most people want to do. They want to be able to say whatever they want to say, get away from scrutiny, but yet still have people listen to them and validate what they're saying. They want to get away from criticism, away from scrutiny, still want people to listen and validate. You're wrong, Arius. I'm not like that. Yes, you are. Because if I come into your comments on some shit you said about spirituality and I say, hey, bro, this is wrong. Here's why it's wrong. Get out of here. This is my page. You're trying to stop our rise. Get out of here with that low vibration. Everyone's ultimately right. All the defensive moves. But if I were to do that same post, right? And I just give you check, fire, facts. You gonna tell me to get out? You gonna push me away? You gonna tell me I don't know what I'm talking about? You gonna eat that up. People are really liking what I'm saying. They're getting it. I'm really teaching people now. That's what I'm talking about. See, motherfuckers don't treat pain and pleasure the same. You don't treat right and wrong the same. That's why they want everybody to be right. It's bullshit. Seymour. So the fundamental map is like the settings. I don't want to say yes to that because I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure how settings is gonna connect here. It's almost like I see your finger pointing in a certain place, but I can't see what's over there, and so I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that because I can't really see where your finger is pointing. I wouldn't say it's like settings, like literally. Like this is why I say I speak plain English. It's the fundamentals. It's literally the fundamental components that you would need to describe anything else. Like, here's where I use the example from Christianity, okay? When we're talking about the fundamentals, they're going to tell you about heaven, hell, and earth, God and angels, devil and demons, man and woman. These are the fundamental components. And then with those fundamental components, you'll get a narrative, a cosmology that puts all those together and fits you in it. See, without those fundamentals, you couldn't have had the narrative. But some people try and do it backwards. They try and start with the narrative and pick and choose what fundamentals are going to make their narrative feel good. They'll put some aliens here. They'll put the word dimension here. They'll put melanin here, DNA here, kundalini here. Ooh, cranial nerves. I'm not like that. I'm going to put that right here. And
and they're just trying to piece together a story. They're doing it backwards. You have to establish the fundamentals first. Then you can connect them with a story, with a narrative. But once again, they're not going to see that. Why? Because what they're first initially looking for is how to do something. Why? Power. I feel so powerless. I need some power. Better physical life. How do I use this to up my money? How do I use this to attract what I want? No, I don't want to look at what I am. Shut up. Just how do I use it to get what I want? Well, what is you? No. Stop, Aaron, stop. Just, what's the secret to get what I want? What is you? No! There's too much thinking. Look, just tell me what to do. Oh, so you want someone to tell you what to do? No, I ain't create my own reality. No one controls me. Nothing outside of me. Oh, so you don't subscribe to anything outside of yourself. You're right. No, I don't do that. Okay, then well, what is you? How you gonna tell me what's not in or out of yourself? You can't even tell me what you is. See, motherfuckers just repeat things. Repeat what feels good. And you don't play like you're my team. See where you're doing this. Because I guarantee you don't see what I'm saying until you can't until you see where you're doing this. Fuck. Here, look, I'm going to play the rest of this real quick. I'm going to piss. I'm going to redo my coffee. And I'm going to continue. Give me a moment. Take this here. I'm going to come back to the chat. Just a little triggered. Just a little triggered. Just a little triggered, okay? Is a description of neurological dynamics and is not spiritual, as spooky as it may sound or people make it out to be. I'm pretty sure the error occurs in the equivocation of the word brain with mind, which is honestly to be expected of Western scientists. However, various terms have a tendency to shift in their usage and context across time and subject matter. To think that occultists are making such a considerable, if subtle, flaw. To be clear, mind is not brain. Period. Brain, although it may be special to the rest of the physical body, is another piece of flesh. As usual, I'm not suggesting that you throw the baby out with the bathwater and to disregard the body and its existence, illusionary as they may be. What I am saying is that the body receives the fall off and residue of the spiritual work that you do. do. It is not the focus, nor can the focus be found within it. The most you're going to get is the refraction of a reflection. Subconscious mind is brain function. How we came to be deifying such a concept is beyond me, for now, but I will say this to close this segment out. It is not spiritual, and most certainly not left-hand path. Better content than most of you motherfuckers know. Motherfuckers ain't looking for nothing, no information. They ain't looking for none of that. They're looking for what's gonna feel the best. What's gonna validate what I already want to believe. Fuck out of here, bro. Fuck out of here. Man. Well, you click the link in the description, it takes you to the details. I give you this shit for free. I don't keep the information from you. Marshall said, what we call Gnosticism is for Christians that never knew there was theology. Fundamentals ontology in the first place, and thought a narrative was new hot shit. I like that. I like that. No, good. Gnosticism is a fucking parasite. They won't even look at the history of Gnosticism. They'll just,
Ha! I found the secret knowledge because you didn't know they were trying to hide this from you. But here's the real truth: what you thought is the case is wrong. It's really Yaldabaoth that's tricking you. Like, bro, stop. Like, this shit don't even. It won't even it won't even portray its own fundamentals. It just hijacks your story and injects its fundamentals into your story. Like a virus injects its RNA into healthy cells so that the cells replicate the virus. Fuck out of here. It's a parasite. Sophia is... See, look, man. This is part of the reason Panic did not need to be above debate. That shit killed me. I love Panic stuff, man. I listen to a lot of Panic's work. I'm not gonna sit in front like I never listened to Panic. Like, I had a deep Panic phase. Most certainly did. I would have loved to have been able to challenge it. I even heard from people who was in Panic's class, and they didn't even want to ask questions because his reaction to the question almost felt like he was offended, I guess you could say. Look, don't ask me. Go ask the folks who's in the class. And not just how they felt. Okay? These motherfuckers just always in emotional language. I get it. We're emotional creatures. It's just the surface, man. I'm sorry, I'm a little triggered. Excuse me. Amar, good to see you in the chat. Welcome to the show. Marshall said, the moment I learned I saw my attraction to Gnosticism was me not knowing shit. It allows you to not know shit. It allows you to not have to know shit. And it gives you the feeling that you do. It gives you the feeling that now I got the secret knowledge. Oh, I'm a little better than people who don't have this knowledge, but I'm humble. Fake shit. The foundation, got you. Yes, Simone. I try very hard to not use words arbitrarily when I can. That's something I really encourage people to do, is be impeccable with your word. It's not to say you'll never make mistakes. I make fucking mistakes. I look up words. But I don't have to look up as many these days. Because I did the grunt work. I still got more grunt work to do in other directions. Stop. I'll be all right. Really relax you good. So with the films, like how the movies are, the whole narrative of the movie helps us fit ourselves into it so we can feel connected to it by emotionalism. The movies? I'm not really sure where the movie question is coming from. Let me look at this again. The whole narrative of the movie helps us to fit ourselves into it. It's not necessarily to fit you to it, but you can do that by virtue of the narrative. The narrative helps to put all the fundamentals together. It connects all the fundamentals. It builds a nest. And once a nest is built, then you can put yourself into it. But motherfuckers, usually when you leave religion, you leave Christianity, you feel untethered. You feel a void. You feel disconnected from the world around you. Everything looks like chaos. Everything looks like an enemy. And you don't know where to sit yourself. What's right? What's true anymore? And people desperately want to understand those things so that they understand how to be in the world. It's natural to want those things. But what happens is, when you don't have it, it's like being out at sea, right? And you just lost at sea. And anything that floats up, you're going to want to grab onto. Not because it's the end all be all, but because it's better than having nothing. But when you don't really see it like that, and you look at this little piece of wood that floated up, and you start treating it like a yacht. Because look, let's say there's like 20 of y'all lost at sea. Y'all just floating in the water, right? But you and they grabbed a piece of wood. That would feel like a yacht. You start looking down at motherfuckers who don't have that little piece of wood. Because you feel connected to something. You feel like you understand. You feel like you're not just floating in the void anymore. That's what happens. That's the emotionalism. And usually what allows people to grab onto that little piece of wood is a story they can fit themselves in. Sophia and the Archons, the interdimensional reptilian aliens that have come and created you to mine the gold. The elite who are using dark magic to harvest your energy. The 5D intergalactic war that you fight in the astral realms as you sleep. See, they start with the story, and then you got to try and go back and figure out what all these fundamentals are. And you think, because you're listening to this person, that they actually know. And they're not just making it up as they fucking go. Ah. See, just like it's hard to go tell those Christians, hey man, Jesus ain't real. And they feel good in church. They feel that little bit of time they got in church is their respite from all the chaos and hurt and turmoil. They feel connected to the world. They feel connected to the people around them. They feel like they're on course towards something. And then here you come with all this other stuff, right? They don't want to hear that. And you just can't understand why they don't want to hear. But then here I come, right? Subconscious mind. Melanin, DNA, Kundalini. Nigga, that's dumb. And you just don't want to hear it. Right? See? It's easy to point the finger. It's easy to call the kettle black because the kettle is black. But as long as you're not looking at the fact that the pot is black too, I literally froze and I couldn't even take a step metaphorically and physically. Couldn't step because there was no ground. Yes. Yes. That's what it's like. When your fundamental metaphysical presuppositions are taken from you, when they crumble, when the things you believed were real crumble, it's like there's nothing to stand on. And you don't know where to go, what to do, how to do. Yes, that's the feeling of it. And it's terrifying. So I understand why people desperately want to find something. I understand why they cling to the first thing they find. I'm not empathetic to that. Oh, yes, most certainly. But it's still wrong. That piece of wood ain't a yacht. That piece of wood ain't a yacht. Even though there was physical ground, right? Look, I remember the moment when I realized atheism was making the same argument as theism. I was at my grandmother's house in the Virgin Islands, and I was walking around toward the back porch, and I was walking around the side, and I wasn't even thinking about this shit. I'm just looking up, boom, and I had to stop. I was like, oh shit. Oh shit. I'm doing the same thing I was doing. I'm thinking atheism, I'm doing something cutting edge. I'm above these theological people. They're crazy. I was making the same argument. I was making the same argument with different clothes on. And so I had to ignore the fact that I did not know in order to continue moving. I had to ignore it for a few years in order to continue moving. That's what you're doing, Aries. Are you following a religion or no religion? Bruh, I drink coffee religiously. I smoke religiously. Okay? I talk shit religiously. People do things religiously all the time. Here we go. Let's do this. Once again, I'm telling you, examine what you're using. Examine what's in your hand. Here, let's look at this. Let's see what they say here. The word religious is in the definition. God, commitment or devotion to religious faith, a cause, principle, system of beliefs held to, with, or adored in faith. A cause, principle, or system of beliefs held to, with, Ardor and faith. What's ardor? Let's look at ardor. An often restless or transitory warmth of feeling, extreme vigor or energy. All right, so let's put those two together. A cause, principle, or system of beliefs held to with ardor or extreme vigor and energy, zeal, loyalty. Yes, I'm religious. I'm not a denominational religion in terms of metaphysically, but you are religious of things. I'm religious to wiping my ass. See, people try and find words and villainize the word. You want to make sure you understand what you're holding on to. So I won't tell you to abandon being religious about things. I'd tell you to really lean in and see what it is you're religious about. What do you do religiously? Because motherfuckers will be like, okay, how do I make this part of my everyday life? But then at the same time, they have shit they do every day that they really like to ignore. Oh, I don't think about the fact that I do that every day. No. How do I make this new thing part of my everyday life? You know how to make something part of your everyday life. What's that thing over there? No, let's not even look at that. I don't want to do that anymore. Because your answer's over there. You do that every day. The answer you're looking for is over there. But I don't want to look at that. That don't change what the answer is. It don't change what the answer is. So look, when you're on course with what you believe in the metaphysics you're using, you need to be religious about it. Yep. You need to be religious about it. See, I won't tell you to shun the dead niggas. I won't tell you to shun the nigga in church writhing in the aisle and dancing, got a new fresh hat. I'm not going to tell you to shun him. I tell you to go examine that motherfucker. Because look at the relationship they have with what they believe. I'm not telling you to believe what they believe, but you need to believe how they believe. You need to believe as deeply as they believe. Otherwise, I'd question whether or not you believe at all. We've had discussions about this in the guild. One of the cohorts in the guild, he went to visit his religious family, his Christian family. And at first he's looking at him like, man, these Christians, what's going on, man? They don't even understand. They're not even looking. But he could feel a sort of a bit of an envy at how deeply they had faith in what they were saying. They may not have understood it. They might not have done much thinking about their thinking, but they deeply believed. Remember one of the examples he gave was one of the relatives was sitting there and he kept talking about how he needed a car in life. He needed a car. He kept bringing it up in conversations. And dude was like, man, don't just think believe in God. Hey man, why don't you let God handle that? When the motherfucker heard that shit, when the Christian heard that shit, it clicked. He ain't say shit about it again. Believe that deeply. See, when you get out here and you don't know what to believe anymore, and you're trying to make yourself believe something, it's difficult. This is why the first place I'm going to point you to, what are you scared of? Because for you to be scared of it, you got to believe in it. This is how you start to get in contact with what you really believe. What are you scared of? No, I don't want to look over there. But your answer is over there. So do you want the answer or do you want to feel good? I want both. Bus stop. Which one you want more? I'm not going to tell you can't have both. Which one you want more? If you can only choose between one, which one are you going to have your allegiance to? And you think the right answer, and that's the problem. Where is your allegiance lie? What are you actually religious about? See, I'm not going to tell you to reject religion. No, sir. No, sir. Because you can't help but be religious about stuff, especially when you really give a fuck about it. It's easy to say, I don't give a fuck about anything. That's a lie. Oh, I know it's a lie. I would love it when motherfuckers come at me with that. I don't give a fuck about nothing. You a lie. You a goddamn lie. You just not in tune with what you give a fuck about. You would just rather, it's easier to say, I don't give a fuck about anything, than it is to actually contend with what you really do give a fuck about. And usually, first thing on that list is what you're scared of. And notice, I'm not telling you not to have any fear. It has its utility. Have fear. It's perfectly fine. What's your relationship to it? Is it determining what you do or don't do? Yeah. Fuck out of here. Respite. I like that. Yeah, it's usually a respite. That's usually because that's how people will compartmentalize their faith, their religiosity in Christianity only to Sunday. And that's what I'm saying. You want to make something part of your day-to-day life? You can't do it like that. You can't do it like that. But you get in here, start doing this, ain't no break. Ain't no break. Ain't no time out. Ain't no time out. See, me, as I'm teaching you, when we're going through the guild, I'll give you the vacation week. I'll give you time between sessions. I'll give you a break because I care. I want you to understand. The work itself, ain't no break. Ain't no break. Fuck you mean? Get this work. Ain't no break. You have a baby, right? Little infant. Do you get a break? No. It's gonna cry when it wants to. It's hungry when it's hungry. It's mad when it's mad. Fuck you. Ain't no break. Man, I'm trying to tell you, boy, these motherfuckers will push the good feelings in your body, thinking that's spirituality. It's emotionalism. Here, let me show it to you again. Oh, I'm tired of it, Aries. I don't give a fuck what you tired about. See how caught motherfuckers in what they tired about?
And if everybody agreeing on the same thing, somebody wrong. You see? Check? Check. All right then. They play on your emotion. Saying nothing well and playing on your emotion. Tell a person what they want to hear and say nothing well. You can say nothing if you can say it well. They play on your emotion. And that's the problem with our people. They have been teaching you what you wanted to hear and not what you really needed to hear because they didn't know what you really needed to hear. That's called the art of public speaking. They play on your emotion. So that's getting your emotion up to a certain level, and you thinking that's spiritual, that's emotionalism. They play on your emotion. And they'd come up and they would come into some stuff and they would be talking all this good stuff and people, yeah. But everybody's ignorant. You see what I'm saying? They play on your emotion. And if everybody agreeing on the same thing, somebody wrong. You see? Check? Yeah. All right then.
Motherfucker be tired of me playing the video. You ain't even really listen to the video. You ain't even really listen to what he said. It's 1 minute. And you ain't even really contend with whether or not you understood. Whatever. I like words that have. Oh, there go. Oh, yeah. Okay. Amar said, I like words that have that paladin vibe: righteous, ardent, justice, tempest, redemption, because they are part of names of abilities from World of Warcraft. Paladin class. All right now, I feel you. I'm not much of a paladin myself. I've never really been. I never liked the paladin style. Like even when I'm playing old Elden Ring, bro. Like I'm not a. And maybe I'm biased, but I don't like to use the magic. I haven't built my character for magic. I remember playing Skyrim. I did it once. I did a heavy magic build. But to be honest, bro, stealth is always my thing. I love stealth. If you give me stealth, I'm going to use it. Dawson said, is that the power of their belief, their true belief in their innermost fibers? I guess you could say it's the power of belief. Because what you believe, what you actually believe, is going to dictate your actions. It's going to dictate how you frame the world. What you actually believe, not what you say you believe. Talk is cheap. Anybody can say that. Anybody can say anything. Anybody can say anything. What you actually believe is going to dictate where your allegiance lies. That's why I point you in the direction of it. Not so that you can necessarily harness that power, but to the degree to which you have power at all, that's where it's at. Now, that's why I like to talk about power, bro. Fuck that shit. Because motherfuckers usually want to know about power to get away from the fact that they feel powerless. And that's something you need to contend with separately. Like, even in Christianity, they gave you some stuff for that, bro. You can move mountains. No, Jesus ain't real. Okay, but what are they talking about? What do you mean by real? See, I'm not a nigga that's gonna tell you Jesus ain't real. I'm not a nigga that's gonna tell you Jesus ain't real. I'm not gonna tell you not to include Jesus in your shit. I tell you to do it because I know what you really believe. I know what's really in you. Not because I'm special, but because y'all motherfuckers is typical. Shit. I'm being a dick. I'm sorry. Side EJs. I don't give a fuck about anything. On the other hand, I don't want to lose my job, right? I don't give a fuck about nothing, but don't take my money. I don't give a fuck about nothing, but no, I'm kind of scared of that. Nah, it's cap. It's consistently cap. And see, you can't see the reality of shit until you stop bullshitting yourself about stuff, bruh. It's so serious. It's so serious. Motherfuckers want to get into spirituality to get power and avoid what they don't want to have to look at. To feel like they're in a new group because they felt rejected for so long. Like motherfuckers pretend to be alternative, take on an alternative aesthetic, but real shit, they just want the attention of the mainstream. They want to be accepted. Normalized! Shut the fuck up and be abnormal. Fuck. Ugh. I never met someone who doesn't give a fuck talking about not giving a fuck, right? These motherfuckers who don't give a fuck spend so much of their time letting other people know how much they don't give a fuck. Anybody who telling me they don't give a fuck, I know they give plenty of fucks. Anyone who's telling me they don't give a fuck, I know they give plenty of fucks. I was like that when I was young. I remember I had a whole era where I would consistently say, fuck everybody. Fuck everybody. Like, period. That would be the end of the statement. Fuck everybody. I gave a lot of fucks. I still give a lot of fucks. I'm a deeply emotional person. So yeah, motherfuckers spend a lot of time telling motherfuckers they don't give a fuck, and they give a lot of fucks. They give a lot of fucks, bro. They were probably trying to trigger me with a check. Fire and fag, 100. Nah, motherfucker, 99. Oh, shit. Ambition word type, Bill. The minus anxiety and fear. Yeah, look, you gotta learn to contend with the shit. Anxiety is thoughts of the future. Depression is thoughts of the past. You're anchored in it. That's your issue. Like, look, with anxiety, it could be easy. Like, remind yourself you can't predict the future. Remind yourself the world has all these different ways in which things you never could imagine can happen, But what you cannot motivate or inspire yourself away from is what you see. You can't lie to yourself about what you see. This is what we talk about the shadow work. In the Guild, Saturdays is Shadow Work Saturday. We may go through the 3 A's and change that up each month. Each month, we're always going over shadow work. Motherfuckers so quick to try and get to the cool, spooky, powerful stuff. No, come get this work. Come get this work. We talk about the shadow work. Fuck out of here, man. Something you just do it and you're done. Oh, I did my shadow work. Now I'm off to tell other people about their shadow work. No, it's like wiping your ass. Yeah, you get better at it. You never stop. And you never wipe your ass thinking, well, I'm going to wipe it so good today, tomorrow I'll have none. I'm going to wipe it so good today that tomorrow it won't even be shit. It'll be cake icing. I'm humble. Get the fuck out of here. It's a lie. It's a lie. Most of when I say what is you, bro, most of what you have in that little bucket is bullshit. And it's not, see, that's the place where no one is misdirecting you, where no one is hiding something from you. No one is keeping the secrets. That's you agreeing to that. That's you agreeing to that. Dorothy got the shoes on the whole time. I don't care about the flying monkeys. I don't care about which corner the Wicked Witch is from. Shit, she got the shoes the whole time. Ain't nobody keeping that from her. Did she even question where the shoes look? No, because the shoes look good. Shoes look good. She ain't question nothing. I don't care where these shoes come from. I don't even care nothing about the shoes. These shoes look good. Look. Uh-oh. Look at me. Uh-oh. I'm stepping on the brick road, y'all. Fuck out of here, man. Gotta question the shit that is sparkly and look good. I'm not sure now, but I'm working on genuinely being able to say yes, but referring to my narrative with genius. Oh, wow. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. Marcus Bethely. Good to see you in the chat. I don't think I've seen you before. I heart Jesus. It's okay to. It's okay to. It's okay. I know it's not cool in the groups. It's okay to heart Jesus. Fuck. What I'd rather you do is make sure you contend with what it means for something to be real or true. Planet Death Knight 2, basically Dark Side Paladin. I think you may like gameplay. Okay, I'm talking about something else. That just come out. That's nice for the best thing. Yeah. PM Infinity sent me. Okay, I remember that name. Well, good to see you. Welcome to the show. Hope you didn't miss too much of it. And I hope you don't got subconscious mind in your pocket. Because you look back at the replay, you might feel a little bad, boy. Oh, bro. I'm so serious. And, wait, what was I saying? Man, just having those eyes on that page moved me because my first intense shroom trip, I perceive through these veils or curtains of in blackness, and then just a pair of eyes pop up and tells me, well, the eyes are here to signify your awareness. The eyes are here to signify your awareness. You need to be honest about what you see, what you understand, what you know. That's what, because we're focusing on your awareness. Even in ascension, the art of ascension, regardless of which religion or rite or spiritual framework it's from, it's the ascending process is an expansion of your capacity to notice. It's not that the world changes. It's you and your capacity to notice what was already there. That's what expands. The world is already perfect. The motherfuckers can't see that through how much they think they know what it should be. You know what it should be, but when I say what is you, motherfuckers, I don't know. So what's the you that knows what it should be? Huh? What? That's what it really is. It's baby bullshit. And you want to play and pretend like you done the work, and nobody's going to challenge you because everybody's right out here. Nah, bro, I don't play that shit. See, that's why motherfuckers won't like me at first, but they can't stop listening. Because you can't unsee it. You can't unsee the fact that when you go back to your other group, everyone's going to agree with everything. And you'll wonder, damn, why didn't I notice this? You'll even go and say some off-the-wall shit and just get checked, fire, and facts. And you'll be like, damn. And you can't call them out on it because that's against the rules of the group. I'm telling you, bro. Look, I'm not trying to be the end-all, be-all. I'm just saying, hey, man, your foot's in some bullshit. Doesn't mean I'm better than you. I roll in shit. I'm just telling you, I would know. It's bullshit. Oh, shit, bro. That's what I do. Universe, one song. Man, stop. Motherfuckers will find new mnemonic devices To be motivational and inspiration. I hate when y'all motherfuckers just use what I'm saying as motivation and inspiration. Then go listen to David Goggins. Get the fuck out my face. What you want me to do? Take my shirt off and run on the beach? Tell you can do it? Shut the fuck up. What the fuck make motherfuckers think they just need a little motivation and inspiration and then they gonna do what they never do? No. You're not going to do what you never do just because I motivate you. You're going to feel better about the fact that you ain't done it yet. You're going to feel better about the idea that maybe one day you can do it. No, I'm going to look at the bullshit. Here's why you haven't done it. You know, too. See, that'd be the funny shit. You know. But it's easier to say I'm a piece of shit than it is to say, hey, you're right, bro. I did not know. Not only were you right, I've been wrong for a long time. It's difficult to say that. It hurts. It don't tickle. It don't feel as good as check firing facts. It don't feel as good as we building. It don't feel as good as, hey, family, welcome to the show. Oh, this is my real family. Finally. I'm the black sheep. Black sheep. Let's stop. Let's stop. You're still a sheep. Fuck out of here. How much is it to be in the guild? Here, let me show you on, oh no, I don't have it on the website. Here, I'll just show you the flyer then. For the 3 months, for your first 3 months, it's $300. All right, your first 3 months, your first semester is $300. Here, I'll show the flyer. Is this the flyer for this one? All right, look. Your first semester is $300. Every semester that you go into after consecutively will be $150. I'll be nice. You see, oh my God, I mean, some niggas charge y'all thousands of dollars for a folder of videos, for 1 hour of talking to you. Fuck that, man. Fuck that. But I'm the bad guy. Whatever. Fuck that shit. 3 months. Your first semester is $300. You continue, your consecutive semesters will be $150. If you decide to leave and then want to come back, it starts back over, you're back at $300. Okay? I'm trying to give you an incentive to continue your work. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? I have to incentivize you to continue your work. But if I don't, and look, I've had motherfuckers in my life. Hey, bruh, you ain't try hard enough to get me to do what I said I was gonna do. What? You said you was gonna do it. It's your shit. But I didn't try hard enough to get you to do it? But stop. But stop. You'd have thought a nigga made that up. $150 for the next semester. So it's again 3 months and you'll pay half the price. I really should not do that. What, you think I don't need money too? Let me guess. Eric is rich. Fuck you. Fuck you. Broke niggas, man. Gonna piss me off. Sorry. Marcus Bethley. Sorry, I skipped your comment. I've been watching your videos for a bit. I've done a lot of work with the Metu Netter, very similar. Appreciate your work. When you say the Metu Netter, what do you mean you've done work with the Metu Netter? Here, let me show. Do I have that in there? Let me check the archive. I probably don't have that in there. When I'm saying that, I'm referring to a particular book that I really fucked with that dealt with the Metu Netter. That's why I probably don't have it in my fucking personal archive anymore. That ain't even the first fucking archive I had. What do you mean you work with the Metu Netter? What do you mean when you say that? Where is that book? It's a 3-part series that I would suggest. Because look, with the Metu Netter, my first thought would mean you meant the language, part of the language, like you're using the language, or just the cosmology. So I'd be curious as to what you mean when you say you work with the Metu Netter. Damn it, man. No, I don't have it in here. Let me check my other archive. I'm interested. You'd be surprised. I'm actually interested in what you mean by that. Because look, you say that in anybody else's chat, they're going to say, oh, good job. Oh, good job. Let me pat him on the shoulder. Let me pat him on the shoulder. We're building. You're tapping in. There we go. See, I only have one volume of it. Fuck. Yeah, I got to find the other 2 volumes ASAP. As far as Metu Netter, thank you, love. I've had way too much of that today. No, go ahead. You go. I'm this piece of shit. As far as Metu Netter, this is the first place I'd throw y'all. Ra'un Nefer Amen. This shit, I loved this shit. I love this shit. As a matter of fact, I'm probably going to go back in it while I'm saying I love it. I'll probably have to read it again. But before I was teaching, bro, you know what I'm saying? You got to go through ignorance before you start trying to teach somebody shit. Before I was teaching shit, way before I was doing videos, I was looking at this. I was comparing his framing of the tree of life with some of the ontology I was finding, with the unfolding of the qualities of the quantities. So basically 1 through 12 from 0. Because I remember at first when I was reading it, I was like, "What the fuck is he talking about?" But then it didn't click until a significant portion of the way. And it was like, "Oh, we're looking at the same thing, but I'm looking at it this way. He's looking at it this way." I was like, "Oh," and then the whole thing made sense for me. It's all right, but you're not gonna understand things immediately, so that's fine. But yeah, I'm interested in what you mean by you work with the Metu Netter. How much is it to be okay? I asked that one. The bullshit orgy, bro. Hell yeah, motherfuckers won't even. No, 150 for the. Okay, there you go. Thank you. So where are these YouTube lives? So what are these YouTube lives you do here for us for free every Monday? That I really appreciate it. Well, you see, what are they? That's one thing they are, is free. What do you mean? Because, look, I will go out of my way to push you free stuff. Do you know why? Do you know why? Because when you pay, you're not paying for some secret knowledge. I'll tell it to you all day. You know why? Because you niggas won't understand it. And you won't understand that you won't understand, and you won't challenge it. And so it don't even matter if I give you everything I got for free. What I'm going to give you when you pay is dedicated time and energy to helping you to understand. Now, whether or not you take any of that is up to you. Because I got some folks who come to the guild, be in the guild, pay the money, never hear from them. Never hear from them. Too scared to ask a question. Don't want to look at the material. Look, the too scared is the big thing. The fear, the uncertainty, the reluctance. And that's how you really know. It's not that they don't have the information. It's not that they don't have resources. It's not that there isn't people willing to teach them. It's that even if everything was perfect, they're too scared. They're too dedicated to their fear to actually do anything. And the reason they're here is to try and get away from their fear. Oh, I don't know anybody who does this. Boom, give you people who know. Here's people who are doing the same thing, going through the same thing as you. No, I'm so specific. I have a rather particular case, Aries. I just feel like you're the only one who's going to understand it. No, here, listen. And you listen to the other people, same thing, like fucking clockwork. Like fucking clockwork. But still want to be shy in the back. Oh, I don't know. You're scared to talk, scared to sound dumb. Right? See, when y'all by yourself, you got your chest out, ready to teach a dead nigga, ready to tell a dead nigga what they don't know. When you got your little Instagram lives or your own YouTube channel where nobody challenges anything, you got your chest out. But when you step in a room where the shit you say may be scrutinized, zip. Oh, now you're just an observer. Man, please, bro. Ethan, good to see you in the chat. What the fuck is going on? What you think going on, bro? It's Monday. This is what I do. Hey, man. So why do you do these YouTube lives here every Monday? Is it for the love of us? Not you specifically. Like, none of you specifically and personally. Please remember this. I do not love any of you specifically or personally. If it was up to me, I would eat all of you. I would slay all of you and laugh. You look like food. I do this so, one, the people who might actually want to learn and aren't just puffing their chest up, posing, who might actually be interested. Which ain't many of you at all. I'll be so serious. But I can't discount them. I'm here to give guidance on it. But see, most motherfuckers are too impressed with themselves for doing nothing. Too impressed with themselves for doing nothing. They know a spooky Sanskrit word. They know a spooky Egyptian word. They know a spooky Norse word. Spooky Santeria word. That a Christian don't know. And now they feel confident enough to say they're somewhat advanced. Yeah, I'm not even joking, Amar. I'm not. Because motherfuckers want this shit to be I love them personally. They don't even love themselves personally. And they want so desperately for someone else to love them more than they love their fucking self. And then, when they think they got a little bit of it, they confuse that with doing the fucking work. So motherfuckers that think having a personal relationship with me means you doing the work. Boy, stop. Boy, fucking stop. No. So I will not make any qualms about it. I'm not going to call you niggas family. No. Peace, family. Welcome to the group. Only my motherfucking hands, that's my family, my cousin Daryl, actual biological family, and my fucking wife, Cassis. Aside from that, I don't love you niggas personally. What I would love is when you lean in and you do the work. That's what I love. That's what I love. I love seeing y'all bump up against your expectations. Look like, oh, fuck, my nose. And then actually lean in again and start to crawl. Yeah, start to learn to walk a little bit. When you start to get out your own way, that's what I love. That's what I love. Not none of y'all fucking personally. Shit. Why the fuck would I love y'all personally? Lying, bullshitting ass motherfuckers. Want to have me say some shit years ago, and now you get around, oh, well, you did say that. Of course, I know I said that. Fucking love y'all. Fuck out of here. Want to bullshit me? Play years. I watch. You don't got no questions? I don't know what to ask. Then I bet you didn't understand none of this shit. Fuck out of here. Love y'all personally. Motherfuckers don't even love themselves. And they want so desperately to find somebody who's going to love them, be more interested in them than they are, while they pretend to be mysterious, pretend to be elusive. Oh, I'm mysterious over here. Once somebody is more interested in me and really wants to know, then I'll understand that they really care. Fuck you. You don't even care. God, that shit boils me. You want motherfuckers to listen to you, but you don't even listen to you. If I ask you to listen to 30 minutes, so no, I don't love y'all motherfuckers personally. I can't stand you. I can't stand you. At least until you get to doing some of the fucking work. You start doing some of the fucking work, then maybe. Shit. Like babies, piss me off. What you mean you can't wipe your ass, walk, and tell me your name? Nah, get that thing back to its mama. It stink. I don't want it until it can walk, it can talk, it can say its name. But I still gotta deal with it. I still gotta deal. What you mean the first thing it learned was no? Oh, hell no. But I still gotta deal with it. So no, I don't like motherfuckers personally. I love seeing y'all motherfuckers make progress. And y'all motherfuckers don't make progress out there in the shadows by yourself. Hell, some of you motherfuckers that won't even make progress in the guild. Because you're too busy playing. Too busy trying to perform. Every time you open your fucking mouth, it's performance. You want to show off on Instagram. Ain't nobody looking. But you so desperately want somebody to be looking. So that they can sightly see what you doing, try and figure you out. Nobody want to figure you out. Motherfuckers only want to figure themselves out. Fuck. That's why that, welcome family. Hey family. We tapping in today. You'll eat that shit up. If I look spooky, you eat it up. Cause it's bullshit. So all motherfuckers want is bullshit. And they want to look at me like I'm wrong when I tell them that's what you want. No, not me, Arius. I'm different. I'm here for the real realness. You a goddamn lie. You don't even know what the word real means. But I'm not nice enough. I'm too abrasive in my teaching style. Don't be mean to me. Tell me what I need to know. I told you years ago. I've made hours and hours and hours of content telling you. It ain't about me telling you. You don't understand. You don't know you understand. And you're still making it my problem. But guess what? It is my problem. Welcome to teaching. Fuck, man. I don't like teaching. I didn't dream of being a teacher. Ever since I was young, I hated teaching. I hated teaching. People don't want to know. They want the answer. They want to not have to be doing it. Fuck out of here. Oh, sorry. Hell no, Mar. I'm not joking, bro. I'm not joking. Now niggas laughing, whatever. Because I'm a lovable guy. And ass. Oh shit. The self-hate monster just waved. Hell yeah, wave back. Wave back at that motherfucker. We in it, look, we outside. Like he talking about. Motherfuckers will say on Instagram, I love my demons. I'm friends with my demons. Capping ass shit. Let me point out a demon. No, Aries, I don't want to look at that. Head ass. You motherfuckers is here for the aesthetic. Wonder why I don't like you. Shit. Real talk to the truth. Show me I don't love myself. It's easy. It'd be easy to see if you was willing to see it. And it don't even take that much, right? Ain't no, see, look, when it comes to that little shit, there's nobody trying to distract you, misdirect you, hide the secret from you. It's right there, right under the surface. Right under the surface. And y'all motherfuckers want the deep shit. I want to talk about the deep shit, but we gotta stay in the kiddie pool. We can't even go to the 3 feet. We gotta stay in the kiddie pool, and I gotta make you feel like the kiddie pool is deep. Because then if I don't make you feel like the kiddie pool is deep, you go to somebody else who will make you feel like the kiddie pool is deep. See, that motherfucker don't give a fuck about you. Cause what happened when you take your little confident ass to the 6 foot? Exactly. You're gonna drown. You're gonna get fucked up. You're gonna be lost. You won't know what to do. And you'll look to somebody like me to come help you out of it. You want to make everything the kiddie pool. Normalize the kiddie pool. Fuck y'all, man. Bruh. I'll come along and say, look, bro, that is a kiddie pool. That is, and look, I understand it's giving you problems, and I'll help you with it, but I'm gonna remind you, that is the surface. You are having trouble with the surface. We can't talk about nothing deep. You can't see beyond the surface. Like, that's real shit, bro. If you can't see beyond the surface, fuck you want to know nothing about them deep shit. But what's the primordial part, Arius? Shut up. Quit lying to yourself. Fuck. Oh my God. He going in right now, no cap, bro. I be going. Look, this is why I want to take my show back. This is why I try and avoid doing guidance on God. Because nobody want to hear that. They want to hear how you're going to be manifesting things in the future. And then the patterns of reality must bend to your will because you are you and we are us, family. We are the chosen, most significant in the world. We will lead the new age. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. I'm gonna tweak your nipples, jerk your dick, and you gonna feel like, I'm in the upper room now. I can't wait till niggas see me. Fuck you. Ain't nobody paying attention to you. So why do you teach now if you've always hated teaching? Because I have to. I'm the only person that can do it. That's how you know what you're supposed to do. When you look, earnestly look for somebody already doing what you'd like to do. When you see the gap in anyone else doing what it is you can do. When you see the gap that's showing you, that's what you're supposed to be doing. That's where you fit. That's why no one else is doing it. Because you're supposed to do it. You see that piece of trash on the trash? 10 people don't walk past it. You see it. You give a fuck about it. Guess what that means? You need to go pick that up. Not stand on the side of the street and preach to everybody who walks by who don't give a fuck. You need to go pick that up. Bro, shit can be simple, man. It's just when you got to get past the fact that you don't like it, that you don't want it to be a certain way. Bro, stop. When I stop running, I find my demons. Yeah, you're right there, right? I'm more surprised by what they actually see and how established they are versus the fact that they are demons. I'm more surprised by what they actually are. I'll say, okay. What they actually are and how established they are versus the fact that they are demons. You know, they be in there, bro. Like this, like when I'm pointing to the what is you, guys, it's how much bullshit is in that bucket. How deeply ingrained it is in everything that you do. See, once again, motherfuckers want to make this part of their day-to-day life. And I'm like, look at that thing in your day-to-day life. No, Aries, I'm past that. No, you're not. It's not because I'm trying to be better than you. It's there. I can see it. Like, this is what I do. Like, bro, I'm not gonna tell you I'm good at shit I don't do. I'm not. I'm going to remind you when I'm not good at something and I don't really know, I will point it out and let you know I'm not really sure about this. You might want to go over here to look at it. When I know what I'm talking about. Because look, I would rather shut up. I'd rather say nothing and watch you trip. That's fun for me. That's really fun for me. Okay. But I love the subject. I love the work. This is my life. This work is my life. It's not something I do on the side to make sure I can make Christians know I'm a little better than them. No, get in the dirt. Learn from those dead motherfuckers. Because see, they doing naturally what you trying to do intentionally. They doing naturally what you trying to do intentionally. And if they was intentional about it, maybe they get further than they get. Okay, cool, right? You're not wrong with that. But if you could understand what they're doing naturally, you'd get further in what you're intending to do. I'm so serious, bro. It could all be so simple. I appreciate you, Aries. I believe you, but thank you. I don't believe you. Talk is cheap. I don't believe you. That's what I said. The compliments are just as bad as criticism for me. I don't believe y'all. I get you're conveying to me how you feel. They can talk now. I get it. I don't believe you. And look, the work is not you convincing me. It's really not. I don't believe you. Even though you hate teaching, I appreciate you for sure. Look, you appreciate me, get in here and do the work. Get in here and do the work. I got hours and hours and hours of content for free for all you motherfuckers who, I ain't got the money, bro. I ain't got the money. Ain't you eating them lemon pepper hot with the extra fries? Oh, that's a 3-5 for the loud? The loud. So you fucking with Keisha. I mean, Reggie okay. Reggie a smoke. Did you get Keisha? No, you ain't got the money. No, you good. You good. I hear you. I see you. Like I said, I don't believe y'all. Man. Get in here and do the work. Struggle, stumble. Then I might believe you. I don't believe none of y'all. Because y'all don't. Y'all don't appreciate shit. But it's okay. Kids don't appreciate shit. You know, a woman who's completely protected from everything don't appreciate shit. They don't know how to. They don't even know what they need to appreciate. So I get it. I appreciate you appreciating. There we go. Right? Value for value. I appreciate what you appreciate. It's not that they have the same appreciation for me. And I don't value that appreciation. I do when the results come through. Like, there we go. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see the look, talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. Anybody can do that. That's just like you coming in here saying facts, fire, check 100. Do the work. Develop. Especially if y'all gonna stick to the free material. Put some questions in the dumb questions, bro. Look, there's a whole spot for the dumb questions. Put them in here. Don't wait till Monday to try and get on the ball. Just like the Christian will wait till Sunday to get on the ball, right? Look, see what I'm saying? You can tell me you appreciate me, but you don't do the work. Like you tell your mom and daddy, I appreciate y'all. Okay, you get them chores done? Right? Just take out the trash. Just wash the dishes. I don't want to have to. I want to go play. Oh, baby, yeah, I appreciate you. Can you listen to what I'm telling you? I just don't feel like you're right. Okay. I was right all those other, right? But this one's different. Okay, cool. No, I get it. See, bruh, I'm just saying. I would be in there asking hella dumb questions. I already know. We in here young as fuck, still trying to get this work in, man. Well, what do you mean you would be? It's been open for over a year now. It's been open for over a year. To get there is as simple as looking at the description, clicking the chat. Clicking the link. See what I'm saying? It's even easier to just say I appreciate you and show up on Monday. Because look, there are plenty of people who watch the replay who don't show up on Monday. And equally, don't get in there and ask the dumb questions. Not even just ask the dumb questions, take a read. Be interested in what other people might have asked. Learn, study, contend with your own understanding. You don't need to be in the guild to ask a dumb question. All you got to do is join the app. The app is free. Look, the people, bro, you don't see that? His name is gray and yellow. He's not in the guild. What did it do with PM Infinity? Not in the guild. See, he's a ghost. Now, what most people do is they'll, before they get into the guild, they'll go ask a question or two. Look, even Dawson's been here. See, look at that face. That's the face Dawson be making. See, look, you threw me an excuse, but your excuse was invalid. It didn't even have no research behind it, bro. You could have checked it out and seen what it was. I even had a motherfucker, what was it? It might have been yesterday. Public notice. It was under public notice. Motherfucker for the first time found my shit and was able to jump in and get and ask me a question. Here we go. I mean, he put it over here. It wasn't under the question section, but it's fine. You know, I don't mind. Look at this. I don't even know who this is. Boom. How do I have to wait a full year until it's open again? Please, I've only just come across your site. Thank you. Already able to tap into it. What I'm saying, bro. Motherfuckers will think they don't have the resources. They don't have what they need. They're missing something. Your expectations, what you think you know, is in the way. Your allegiance to what you think you know is in the way. It's been the case the whole time. I can't tell you, bro. You don't understand the Gale has a free part in paying. Yeah, there's a public side and a private side. The public side is free. The public side is free. I be saying it and saying it in the videos. I don't know. I think I speak plain English. I'm about to check it out again. Go ahead, Dawson. Get in there, bro. Look, welcome week is coming around, man. Welcome week. Once again, Casper, there's a free section of the Gale. Yeah. What's young as fuck mean? Are you like a child or something? In that case, you should be in school. Look, the 22s, the 24s, the 23s, the 26s. Yeah, look, I'm going to tell you right now, being young ain't an excuse unless you use it as one. Being young ain't an excuse unless you use it as one. I'm be so real, bro. That motherfucker's younger than you. They want it more. See, you gotta have the I want it. You gotta have the I want it more than you have your allegiance to what you like to believe. I'm so serious, bro. But look, all I can do is say it. All I can do is say it. I can show it to you. I can tell you other people who do it. Like, look, you fuck with the public side of the guild. If any of the other guild members are nice enough, you can ask them a question. Not Basic Brandon. Basic Brandon is the one that I use to record, so there's nobody there but me. That's just me again. But you can look at other people. You can ask other people who have been in the guild. If their name is blue and yellow, or orange and yellow, red and yellow, then they're in the guild. You can ask. Holler at them if they be nice enough to you. I wouldn't be nice to you. But, I mean, it's my shit, so I'm going to be nice to you. But if I was them, I wouldn't be nice to you. But maybe they will be. You know, maybe they will be. So, I mean, look, the shit be there. You'd be surprised how much shit is right in front of you. Right there under the surface. But your allegiance to what you like to believe, what you're afraid of, what you're avoiding in front of your face. Like clockwork. I say it all the time, but when I say it, motherfuckers are like, yeah, he not really talking about me. I mean, I know people he talking about. Yeah, people are like that. He ain't talking about me. Oh yeah, look, I just finally fully joined in. There you go. Look, a few clicks. You'd be surprised how far away, what you looking for? A few clicks. Dig a little bit deeper. So serious, bro. I got ages of free content. I'm not difficult to find. I mean, I was watching one of Trav's live the other day. Somebody was in the comments trying desperately to get Trav's attention. I thought that shit was funny, bro. I thought that shit was funny. Look, some of these motherfuckers are hard to reach. Some of these motherfuckers are hard to reach. This is what I do. Like, I don't just offer consultations. I'm a consultant. Consulting is what I do. Talking to you motherfuckers is what I do. Panic ain't talk to y'all niggas. Bobby talked years ago, and he talked to motherfuckers at the fucking presentation. He didn't even go on radio show. Bobby loved to talk to y'all motherfuckers. I'm like that. I'll talk to y'all all day. But whether or not you're going to lean into this work is your own choice, and there's nobody stopping you, nobody misdirecting you, and nobody hiding it from you. Some people would like to believe that because it justifies how they want to feel. Ain't nobody hiding this from you. Mm-mm. As a matter of fact, if you think there's something that I talk about that I haven't talked about, always willing to ask me. I'll probably do a whole show on it. Because it's not that I don't give the information out. There's no information behind the paywall I don't give. What's behind the paywall is the guidance, is the engagement, is the dedication to you. Like I have certain times where I do the sessions. You want to talk about something else outside of the sessions, holler at your boy and I do it. You can ask people from the guild. I'll have impromptu sessions on my time off. It's not that difficult. Oh my God, bro. Y'all motherfuckers gonna spend a couple $1,000s to talk to somebody else for an hour. Go ahead. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you what. Oh, good job. We look forward to your dumb question. Hell yeah, bro. Get in there. Because look, when you ask the dumb questions for real, and not just like shoot in the dark, shoot in the dark, shoot in the dark, shoot in the dark, but when you're engaged with it, you're not trying to pose, you're chewing on the answer. The dumb questions will lead you to start asking pertinent questions. They'll lead you to start asking coherent questions, bro. I'm so serious, man. I'm so serious. But hey, look, all I can do is say it, bro. All I can do is say it, man. Look, I said this wouldn't be a long one. The shit's 3 hours, right? I'm a piece of shit. All right, y'all. Y'all have an outstanding day today. If you're in the guild later today, I'm going to have office hours, so we can talk about whatever you want in there. Those are for people in the guild, not just having access to the public side. We do this on the private side. Look, I show you what the schedule is. I give you all the information about the guild. Everything you need to know. I make it nice and concise, easy to read. You got some pictures. I don't need no pictures in my book areas. Quit lying. Nah, okay. You say what you want to. All right, y'all. I'm out of here, man. I appreciate you showing up. Y'all have a good day. Get to the work.